Hello, Phosphor Dot fans. We are back one more time before 2018 is out. We're back with the Apple II, and we're back to play something that isn't Project Space Station. However, there is kind of a space connection. Otherwise, you know me, I almost wouldn't be playing it. What we're going to be playing is Ultima 1, which was actually not known as Ultima 1 at the time. We know it as Ultima 1 now. At the time, it was just Ultima, because its author, a budding young programmer going by the nickname Lord British, even says on the load screen that it is the ultimate in computer fantasy role-playing. And it just so happens that we have a spacecraft approaching a tiny world at the edge of the solar system nicknamed Ultima Thule. Now, that's not the actual astronomical designation according to the IAU. The IAU's name for it is 2014 MU69, which, you know, I'll admit that's just not as sexy as Ultima Thule. But as I record this, just a little while ago, a downlink of the final fail-safe science downlink from the New Horizons spacecraft arrived. As it approached Ultima Thule, it is now within 900,000 miles of this tiny speck that's so tiny, I mean, probably somewhere between 30 to 50 kilometers diameter total. Even to Hubble, that is a pixel. And it's so far out, and New Horizons is moving so fast that at the speed of light, it takes the data that it's already gathered, the pictures that it's already taken, it takes 6 hours for that information to reach us. So they are just now unpacking it as we speak. So, to commemorate our exploration of Ultima Thule, I thought, why not explore Ultima on the Apple II? That's not all we have going on out there tonight. For example, even though it's kind of overshadowed, unfortunately, by the news coverage of New Horizons approaching MU69, the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft, check this out, is on its final approach to a stable orbit of the asteroid Bennu, and is now within 1 mile. This is going to be the smallest body that a spacecraft has ever orbited, and it is going to be the closest distance that a spacecraft has ever conducted a stable orbit of. So that's kind of wild. I joked before in one of my podcasts that, you know, Bennu turned out to be kind of diamond-shaped, but it's so small they had to characterize the gravitational field before they could really go on approach. And so, you know, up until recently, OSIRIS-REx was orbiting loosely in the sky with diamonds. So, yeah, finest dad humor there. So, we've got Ultima ready to fire up here on our emulated Apple II. So let's get down to it. Ultima, the complete fantasy role-playing game. Okay, well, let's see. I'm going to tell it I have 2 drives. Hey, it's an emulated Apple II. I can have as many drives as I like. And let's generate a new character. Okay. Old computer. Takes a while. Seeing the reflection here. Okay, there was a little edit there because I was running into some difficulties finding a blank disk on my machine, and yeah. So, generating a new character, 90 points to distribute. You can only distribute them so much, like it won't let me give myself 23 strength. So let's do 18 strength. Let's do 16 agility. Let's do 16 stamina. And let's be dumb as a box of rocks. I think that's probably me to a T there. Aside from the strength and agility and stamina, those are probably zeroed out, along with charisma and intelligence. Anyway, moving along. Let's say we are going to be a human. Let's be a fighter, because why not? And let's be, I always name my Ultima characters this in any version of the game, PULGO. Is this satisfactory? Oh yeah. Shh, do not interrupt. Okay, I think we're ready to go. The thing to keep in mind about Ultima is that Richard Gary, aka Lord British, was extremely young. His copyright is 1981. He was quite young when he programmed this. And if I'm not mistaken, it was mostly done in AppleSoft Basic. So there's really not a whole lot of, shall we say, speed to the program. Oh, an evil ranger. I will attack him with a dagger. Whoa, did quite a bit of damage there. Attack him again. I missed. Okay, dude, can you keel over, please? Because I'm eager to play the game. Yay, killed somebody. Notice I don't really have the same amount of remorse as I did when that scenario came up in Project Space Station. So let's find the nearest town. City of Montour. So you notice I was armed with a dagger there. Really, your first order of business is to get armed with something other than a dagger. And since I now have a little bit more gold than I started with, mace. Okay, so now let's ready your weapon. Back in the good old days when you could just ready a weapon out in the open and not freak everybody out. Probably because they were all armed too. Okay. Let me see what I have in the way of armor. Do I have leather? Oh, okay, I already have leather armor. That's, although I wonder if I could sell the leather armor and afford the chainmail. Oh, I didn't mean to buy. I'll give you 11. Okay. So, boy, sold it for 11, but he'd sell it back to me for 45. See, they had GameStop back even then. Alright, chainmail. The Ultima games, the thing I love about them is really not very much in evidence in the first Ultima. The thing I love about the Ultima games later on is that there is a system of morality. A lot of these types of games early on were basically level grinds. You are trying to, gain experience points, up your stats, get more money, get better armor, get better weapons. And there wasn't a whole lot to it other than that. So since this is a dungeon crawl, basically, let's go find a dungeon. There's a dungeon! Sorry I have the sniffles. I actually also have a raging headache tonight. Yeah, for those of you wondering why the gloves, it's not because they look cool, it's because it's cold down here. Entering Death's Awakening. Well, that's a good sign. And all of a sudden, the game becomes a first-person dungeon crawl, which draws itself out very slowly. Very slowly. Huh, is that are those holes in the floor? You know what, I just don't think so. A giant rat. Oh good, the giant rat had money. You have to understand back in the day that this was actually pretty fast. I think the trick is to not go through either of the doors there. Oh good, someone who's already dead and someone waiting to be killed. Attacked by bat. Okay, so I'm surrounded by things that are attacking me all at the same time. Ah, no, the bat's behind me. Turn around, Bright Eyes. Don't take any more damage. Did I kill the bat? That's one heck of a bat. Wow, bats can carry more currency than giant rats. It's a skeleton with a spit curl. It's the ghost of TV's Frank. I like this guy. I don't want to fight him. I mean, he just seems such a calm, gentle soul, given that he's undead. Okay. Well, I'm certainly getting my XP here. Doing too well in the HP department. But if I can... I'm going to kill this bat, ransack this coffin, and get the heck out of Dodge. Okay. Are we done? Watch out. Attacked by a ranger. Was he in the coffin? Now, ranger, this looks kind of like Strong Bad wearing a bathrobe. Well, PULGO's prospects don't look too great, do they? Okay, so... Okay. This thing has such a problem buffering commands that I don't even... kind of surprised I'm still alive on the balance of things as far as constantly being attacked. Okay, now, if I'm not mistaken, I came through this door. See, in the olden days, serious adventure gamers would actually have graph paper and they'd map this stuff out. Me, I am very much an amateur. Oh, come on, how can I miss a bat with a mace this many times? Good, die. It didn't die. It died, finally. Okay. Let's get back to that ladder. Because the original Ultima instantly confers level ups and more hit points the moment you emerge from a dungeon. That's all you have to do to level up is go into a dungeon, get into a few fights, come back out. I see trouble coming. It's a ranger. That means danger, so I'm not sticking around. Especially since the last time I ran into Strong Bad in a bathrobe, he almost cleaned my clock. You gain 102 HP. Okay. So as you can see, there's really as far as the complexity that later Ultima games would become famous for, this one is pretty simple. This one is exceedingly simple. I love how it has the same Venetian blind load issue that anyone else working in Applesoft Basic would have had. Alright, let's get some more food. The other quirk about the original Ultima is when you run out of food, in other Ultima games you would run out of food and it would tell you you're starving, and it would start to sap your hit points until you died. This one, you run out of food, you're dead. You're done. So it's kind of like, really it's kind of like my kids when they realize that they've eaten all the hot dogs and pizza in the house. We're going to starve. And, you know, really what it means is that no, because I'm probably going to fix my signature homemade white cheddar beefy mac for dinner, and it'll be fine. But you don't want to eat that because it's not pizza. So, as a dad, you know, I relate to this game's instant death upon running out of food. Probably in an unintended way. It's funny, the city of Thun looks an awful lot like the city of Montour. You know how it is. Real estate developers have no imagination. They just build the same thing over and over again. Alright. Same guy. Same... Yeah, I hear you. What's that? Let me see if I can upgrade my armor before we go getting into any more violent confrontations. Because it's New Year's Eve, and that's the sort of thing you do on New Year's Eve. Actually, I hope not. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you, carbon copy of the city of Montour. I'm going now. Bye-bye. Going very slowly. Like my batteries are running out. And that reminds me that there is a faster way to play this game, and I'm not talking about speeding up the emulator. In 1986, in the wake of the success, you know, the blockbuster success in computer gaming terms those days of Ultima 4, and Ultima 5, Origin recoded and re-released the original Ultima. So, tell you what, let's do. Let's let's start over again. PULGO lives. So as you can see, the graphics are now animated. It moves a lot faster, and it is using the graphics set from the later Ultima games, particularly Ultima 4. Now look at how zippy this guy is now. It's a lot easier to navigate the game. So, but I think it's important to see the original, kind of see where it comes from. Alright, let's get the mace. Let's get the leather arm. Wow, leather and mace. Isn't there a song about that? Alright. So let's go get into some trouble. In a hurry. Oh yeah, it moves a lot faster. Mountains are impassable. Hey, there's trouble. Thief stole a dagger. Well, is he going to use it on me? How many daggers do I have? Oh, a giant rat. My friend, the giant rat. Yeah, obviously, someone finally clued into the fact that the whole screen does not need to be redrawn if nothing, if no new developments warrant. I like that the skeleton still has that pleasant expression, and I like that the ranger is still strong bad in a bathrobe. Yeah, this place is hopping. Somewhere there's a giant rat. And now there's a giant bat. So it's, like I said, the version that we were playing before, I don't fault it. It was making the best use of the state-of-the-art in programming at the time. If you noticed when this game booted up, this game is running on the ProDOS operating system, as opposed to AppleSoft DOS 3.3, which was this venerable OS that powered everything on the machine for ages. ProDOS was introduced somewhere around, I'm going to say 85, I believe. The first thing I remember noticing that ran in ProDOS was the Apple II equivalent of Mac Paint, and I forget what that program was called. It was included with the Apple II, the Apple branded Apple II mouse. You know what? I don't think so. I think I'm going to get attacked by a bat. And then this guy. Man, this is a dangerous doorway. Man, they're just lining up to try to kill me. Okay, Skeletor. Let's get this over with. Not you again. I'm getting worried about making it out of here alive. The first thing I remember Protoss running was that Apple, mouse. I think it was called Mouse Paint, if I'm not mistaken. I'm running completely on memory and not looking stuff up on my other machine here, which I probably should be if I'm planning to be even remotely coherent. And I don't know why these skeletons have a bone to pick with me. Okay, I need the exit, and I need it pronto. And I need no more skeletons. No more rangers. Oh, geez, I'm surrounded on all sides. And there's more trouble coming. Giant rat. Giant bat. Get me out of here. I'm lost. I am totally lost. Get out of there. Oh, that must face the ladder. Really? I gained 546 hit points. Okay. Hey, I didn't do too bad there. This place is pretty hopping when when the processor is moving a little bit faster. In fact, one thing I distinctly remember about Protoss was that I was not very happy with it. Okay, I'm going to stand naked and okay. Well, let's buy some weaponry. Let's get a sword. Yes. Thank you. And now let's waltz over here to the armor store. Leather armor. I sell it for 3 gold? Really? This is GameStop, isn't it? I think we can afford the good stuff. Okay, so let's wear plate mail. And get our sword ready. We're doing pretty good on food, but I'm going to get some more just as a precaution. Because I don't want to, I don't want to die suddenly. We're just going to sit here and exchange blows. Outstanding in our field. Hey, a dungeon. The Dungeon of Tao. Yeah, well, that hits a little bit close to home, doesn't it? Hello, giant rat. Taste my blade of doom. Please. Thank you. Hmm. You again. Okay. This reminds me of Airplane, where they have the hysterical passenger, and yeah, someone comes along and slaps her, snap out of it. Then there's a row of people behind that person, you know, like a club and a crowbar. Yeah, uh-huh. Got your number right here. Oh, an empty room in which I'm cornered. Well, that can't help but be a good thing. Yeah, the endless parade of enemies really reminds me of that. Hey, Bat, where's it at? Okay. Hey, Rat, where's it at? Neither the Bat nor the Rat knew where it was at. So, there is no system of morality in the original Ultima. You're going around killing things and gaining XP. And I'm such a popular guy. Oh, I attacked nothing with my sword. I am in the Dungeon of Doubt, so these things are likely to happen. I'm feeling personally attacked by this skeleton. I don't know about you. Oh, him again. Oh, everyone's got a bone to pick with me. He's a radical rat. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. The problem with early computer RPGs is that you really didn't have the nuance that an actual dungeon master could bring to it. Even though Lord British, or Richard Garriott, was generally later hailed as, a visionary storyteller in this genre of gaming, he hadn't found that voice yet here. He was just looking for, he was just looking to recreate something of the RPG experience on a computer. And he wasn't the only one, he wasn't the first, but the simplicity of what he was able to do counted for a lot. Okay, so I now have 850 hit points. Wow. PULGO strong. Can't walk on water. Don't tell me what to do. So, there you have it. Boy, that didn't take long. What the heck? City view. Oh. I think it's time I bought me a boat. Alright. So, it may or may not be worth noting, I don't think I've ever played this far to the first Ultima before. Oh, a castle. The Morbid Adventure. As many skeletons as I keep running into, yeah, I think that's quite apt. Hello, rat. I gotta find some stuff to kill. That boat was expensive. I need some more cash. Hello, bat. That's one heck of a bat. Man, that's like a Louisville Slugger there. Okay, everybody remember where we parked. Oh, there's a thief and a rat. Okay, why is it the thieves look like the Grim Reaper? Ah, another isolated island dungeon. This can surely only be considered a good thing. The Dead Cat's Life 2. Electric Boogaloo, no doubt. Geez, how many people are in this room waiting for me? And why? It's one heck of a surprise party. You must face the ladder, but first, you must face the rat. And then you must face the rat again. Let's see how much trouble we can get into. Attacked by Viper? That's a Viper? A gelatinous cube. Okay, so I'm being armor destroyed? Okay, now... Okay, so I'm running around naked in a dungeon. I never signed on for this lifestyle. I think I need to get out of here. I'm glad I have 800 plus hit points, but with no armor to speak of, I can't imagine it's going to stay that way. Howdy. You know, the really disturbing thing that the game completely fails to take into account is I'm being stalked by skeletons and thieves and orcs and vipers and bats and rats. And I'm running around naked. Maybe on second thought I completely understand why they're repeatedly attacking me. Great, another naked guy in our dungeon. Get him out of here. Okay, so now I'm naked, on my boat. Frigates like water. You don't say. The city of Bulldozer. Alright. The city of Bulldozer? Okay. Make sure we have plenty of food. Don't run out of food in Ultima. Just saying. The city of Bulldozer. I gotta go find something to wear before I wander into another dungeon. I just... I just think that facing orcs while wearing nothing is just uncouth. You found a dagger. Okay. Good to know. Check my stats. Doesn't say there's anything especially remarkable about the dagger. It's a dagger. All these folks gathering on the shoreline to cheer me on. It's so nice of them. Why is there not a city when I need one? What do these people think of, you know, me running around on a boat, naked. City of the Snake. Wait a minute, I've heard about this place. Isn't this where the Legion of the Snake is? If only there was a song about that. Good old plate mail. Dagger, axe, sword. Okay. I already have transportation. Unless somebody's jacked it while I was in town. I just didn't want to deal with him. What does this sign say? Nothing beside remains. You feel a strange force. I've gained 9 wisdom? Really? Check my stats. Whoa! That's kind of cool. Not bad, PULGO. Not bad. Let's go see what other trouble we can get into before we bore everyone to sleep. Like I said, I've never actually played the first Ultima this far into the game. Now, is this the one I was at before? Entering signpost. The sign reads, "Go east to go east." That's a remarkable piece of advice. Oh man, I killed the hood. Entering the spine breaker. Okay, so this is a chiropractor's office that happens to be staffed by bats. Great. Good to know. And rangers. Giant rat and skeleton. Where are you guys? Whoa, now how many... Let's deal with the skeleton first. Okay. Every time I touch this coffin, something happens. It's almost like it's a bad idea to desecrate the dead. Oh, can't go through that. Ah, oh, thief. Skeleton with a spit curl again. But he has an agreeable face. Such a jovial fellow. I haven't seen this many skeletons in one place in a game since last time I watched my oldest play Undertale. So, think I'm going to get back get back topsides. Not that I'm in danger of dying immediately here, but I want to get back topside so I can save the game and call it a night for Ultima, because I've really kind of run out of things to say about the can you imagine how long it would have taken in the original program that we started out playing? How long it would have taken to get this far in the game? It'd be like a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. Oh, a maze of twisty passages, all of them alike. Now wait a minute. Either this is a different dude or he came through that barrier that I can't go through. In which case I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to somebody. Oh. And how many sides am I being attacked here? See, I think part of the reasons I'm running out of things to say about the game is that, the constant fighting and attacking, it gets a little bit old. And I dare say that probably informed Richard Garriott's decision to do something different as he progressed through the series of Ultima games. To give you something more to do than just hack and slash. And slash. And hack. I keep getting turned around. Alright, no one is going to stop me this time. Except maybe this skeleton with a kind countenance. And strong bad here. Okay, I don't want to go down. I want to... Jeez. How do I get out of here? Rats. Why did it have to be rats? I gained 824 hit points. Okay. So, alright, save the game. Alright, Not bad, PULGO. Not bad. That's the original Ultima, both in its original form and in a much faster moving reimagined form. So that's it for the latest Phosphor Dot Fossils. I want to say a big thanks to all the new subscribers who have shown up. Thanks to the first video version of the Select Game Odyssey 2 podcast. Hope you two or three people out there don't mind me also playing games on the Apple II. In addition to the Odyssey 2, maybe at some point I will I'll load up the PlayStation 2 as well. Play something on that. I just checked Twitter. I was kind of hoping that maybe there was a picture of 2014 MU69 to show from New Horizons, but apparently they're still processing the data that they've received. So, no such luck. We'll have to wait for it in real time. Hey, be careful out there. Don't do anything stupid to prevent you from reaching 2019 intact. I'm not saying mentally unscathed, I just mean intact. Intact is good. Paging Brian Fist. Brian Fist, please report to the front desk.